So I just got a notification, something's in the mail, so we're gonna go check mailbox. Recording. Just gonna go see what's going on in the mailbox. Let's see what we've got.
So the story goes a little something like this. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, these guys want to build this thing so they can do this. These guys don't like that idea, so they want to do this. They need this to do that, so they send these guys to this place to get the thing for that thing from before.
We call it the Death Star.
Right. Death Star. Anyways, get the plans, upload them to the guys waiting upstairs in orbit who download it to a card, run away with it, hand it to this princess who tries to take off with it, but the baddies catch up. So she gives it to this little droid who escaped with his buddy to this place where he meets these guys who hire these guys to take them all the way back to these guys, who then plug into the droid, get the plans out so they can tell this guy how to do this. Good guys cheer, the bad ones.
In case you haven't guessed it, we got plans for the Death Star in here. So we're gonna open this thing up and see what we got. It's fine, don't need that. Apparently I can't throw things. There we go. And all right, nothing else. An even smaller package. So here we go. Apparently, I cannot open a package to save my life. All right, let's just get in here. All right, so we got makings of a stand. I guess that brown, I'll have to figure that out later. Little stand, says Hope. Just kind of slide the two pieces together. So this comes courtesy of a guy that runs under the brand of Custom 3D Stuff. So here we go. I haven't looked at it yet. I have literally had it face down in front of me this whole time. Oh my goodness. It is phenomenal. It's pretty. It is so pretty. The back view of it is just nice and blank. This is actually an important thing. I'm going to come to this in just a second because I happened to come across a few things online while I was waiting for this to show up. This is made on an aluminum card. The central rings are apparently made from copper. I can't remember if he said it was electroplating. I believe it's just gold plated. Edges, the little kind of circuitry, you can kind of see how it shines in the light, that they are raised and beveled edges. So kind of go through it so it has a textured feel to it. The detail is absolutely incredible. I don't know if you can see, but if you look right in the middle, right there, you can see just how detailed just those three little lines going down from the middle of the circle are. Absolutely painstaking attention to detail. Now, it's kind of hard to tell, but the section or the surface area here, is white, not silver. If I were to flip it over, it has more of a silvery look to it, that natural kind of high, nice aluminum, but the white is on the front. Now, this I find particularly important. The most teaching I've ever had when it comes to circuit boards and such is what little I had in high school. And I graduated in 2000, so it's been a long time. But I do remember that part of the process was you start with a blank circuit board and then you etch your electronic path into it. And it's typically green, and the idea is you carve a path through it. So to have the white is really important on there because it gives that extra layer of realism that it's an actual circuit board, as well as the raised edges, which apparently are plated in nickel, kind of add that 1970s old school sci-fi, tactile way of doing things. Now, my favorite thing about this, believe it or not, is the fact that it's blank on the back. Because, and I'll show this on the next screen, when I went to look at other versions of it while I was waiting for this to arrive, they had this same intricate pattern that you see on the front mirrored on the back. And now my first impression of that was, that's pretty cool. And flip it around, no, it does not. It's only on the one side. If you look at the movie, Like right here, there's nothing on the back. There's absolutely nothing there. So the fact that there's that much attention to detail, or rather in this case, lack of detail, and not over embellishing on the back for something that in the movies just isn't there is kind of nice. Yeah, it is just absolutely amazing. Behind it, and written in Urbesh, which is the Star Wars official written language, is the word hope.
What is it they've sent us?
Hope.
All right, guys, and there we go. There is my review for the Death Star plans, courtesy of Custom 3D. Oh my gosh, I already forgot. Custom 3D stuff. That's them. Links will be down below. Overall rating, 9 out of 10. The only reason, only reason is because I haven't seen anything other than what you see on the movie screen. So I have nothing other than that to compare it to. Based on what I see on the movie, it is awesome. And stick around afterwards, and I'll explain kind of as a bonus what makes it so special to me in particular. 9 out of 10, only because I don't have the real world prop in my hands to compare it to. However, that being said, I am inclined to believe that based on absolutely everything that I saw on the movie, this is about as accurate as you can possibly get, especially when comparing to other products out there. All of these reviews so far are based on what I purchased myself. My reviews are going to be completely unbiased because I paid for it, and I'm going to be kind of persnickety on it. So none of these are sponsored. None of these are going to be necessarily in the producer's favor. This one, on the other hand, wow. That's all I can say. Wow. Thanks for joining in on the Reliquary. We'll be checking out next time Coaxium by the same guy that makes this. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button. There's only a few so far. This is video number 2. And hopefully we're going to keep improving things and making things a little bit better as time goes on and as, budget increases. Thanks again for joining the Reliquary, and we'll see you next time.
Wait, Luke! You must not go!
Okay guys, so here I am out with my dogs out for a walk in the forest moon of Endor. As you can see, I got big, nice, gorgeous trees all the way around me. Anyways, I want to start with a correction to my first video with the lightsaber. I had made a comment about it. I lifted up the Graflax and said something to the effect of, if anybody's held on to one of these things, then you should know that Daisy Ridley, I think what I said was, gets more credit than she deserves. What I meant to say was, she deserves far more credit than what she gets. But that's not why we have this little bonus section. So, one of the things that makes the Death Star plan so cool to me is that it comes specific from Rogue One, which I find is my personal favorite amongst the Star Wars movies. Top 3, at least. Number 1 being A New Hope, and number 2 being Empire. The reason why A New Hope takes the number 1 spot is because we wouldn't have all the other Star Wars movies without A New Hope. Empire Strikes Back it just automatically wins. Rogue One. What I find really interesting about Rogue One is that if you were to look at Star Wars story like a spider web, Rogue One is smack in the middle of it. Everything in the prequels leads up to that moment, that Battle of Scarif, and everything that happens afterwards is because, essentially, of what happens at the Battle of Scarif. So basically, that data card, kind of symbolizes, in a very cool way, the crux of the entire story. Everything leads up to it, and everything leads away from it. Thanks for sticking around behind. I've hopefully left some stuff around the screen for you guys to click on and check out. And we'll see you next time with the Coaxium.